The group home where Emily Pike ran away from has officially responded to the lawsuit filed by her father, and their defense is raising eyebrows. They're blaming nearly everyone for Emily's death, except themselves. I'm Amanda, and this is Their Voice Matters, where we explore true crime stories with clarity and care, giving a voice to those who can no longer speak for themselves. If you missed my earlier episodes or updates covering Emily's case and the lawsuit, I'll have them linked in the description. But here's a quick recap. Emily Pike was a 14-year-old Indigenous girl who ran away from her group home in Mesa, Arizona in January 2025. Her dismembered body was found by hikers 2 weeks later, on Valentine's Day, nearly 100 miles from where she was last seen. To this day, no arrests have been made and her killer is still out there. In September 2025, Emily's father, Jensen Pike, who is currently incarcerated but could be released before the end of the year, filed a civil lawsuit against Sacred Journey, Inc., the operator of the group home Emily ran away from. The lawsuit alleges that Sacred Journey was negligent, that they failed to properly protect, supervise, and care for Emily, which they allege caused Emily to run away, and, knowing she had run away before, allegedly failed to properly monitor her. It also claims the group home didn't follow proper reporting procedures, and that its staff, hiring, and retention practices were inadequate. The lawsuit seeks damages, including funeral and burial expenses. While it's been reported that the family received at least $5,000 from the San Carlos Apache tribe to help cover the cost of Emily's memorial, the average cost of a funeral and burial in Arizona is closer to $7,500, meaning the family likely had to cover the difference themselves. In their response, Sacred Journey denies nearly all of the lawsuit's claims. They state their actions were reasonable, that they met the standard of care, and that nothing they did caused Emily's death. They also argue that because Emily left the facility voluntarily, and because it was a non-secure group home, they had no legal obligation to prevent her from leaving. What's more striking is how many people and entities Sacred Journey is blaming in their filing. Emily Pike herself. The response states, quote, Emily was a 14-year-old girl who intentionally and voluntarily left Sacred Journey's residential house, which was a non-secure residential group home, and the residents were placed there voluntarily. Emily left the group home of her own free will. Emily's parents, Jensen Pike and Stephanie Dossala. The response reads, quote, Emily's parents were unfit, unresponsive, and neglectful parents requiring the San Carlos Apache tribe to take control and assume the responsibilities for Emily's care and well-being. The San Carlos Apache tribe and their children's court, stating, quote, they collectively assessed and determined that Emily could be placed with Sacred Journey, which they knew to be a non-secure voluntary residential home. Oasis Behavioral Health, who discharged Emily into Sacred Journey's care, even though they allegedly knew it was not a lockdown facility. And of course, Emily's unknown killer. Sacred Journey insists their own actions were appropriate and that any damages should fall on third parties or entities outside their control. They are demanding a jury trial. I'll be following this case and lawsuit closely as it develops. So if you'd like to stay up to date, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications or follow the podcast. If you haven't seen my full episode on Emily's case, I'll link it here and in the description. It walks through the timeline of events, the location where her body was found, and the bigger picture. How often crimes against Indigenous women and girls go unsolved, and the many questions that still remain unanswered. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about Sacred Journey's response? Do you think they're trying to deflect? Or are their arguments valid? Let me know in the comments. Emily's story matters, and the more we talk about it, the harder it becomes to ignore. Thanks for being here, thanks for caring, and I'll see you in the next episode.